For the past couple of years, I've been playing Pokemon Go a bit more casually. I haven't been spending as much money as I used to. In fact, I've been essentially free to play. And when it comes to doing raid battles, PvP, different things like that, I've been taking a bit of a step back. And I kind of wanted to share what my experiences are as a more casual player compared to when I used to play more hardcore, and talk about what I think is the better way to play Pokemon Go. Alright, how's it going everyone? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go discussion video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. Alright, so before we start this video, I kind of wanted to make an announcement. I unfortunately will not be able to attend the Go Tour event in Los Angeles. And the reason for that is because some things came up within my family, and because of that, I just simply will not attend. Everything is fine, it's just a matter of just schedules not lining up. So yeah, for anyone who is looking forward to meeting me in person over in Los Angeles, unfortunately I will not be attending. And hopefully I will still be able to go to New York for Pokemon Go Fest. And yeah, that's quite a few months out, so hopefully things will still line up for that. But anyway, yeah, so let's talk about today's video. I want to talk about the casual experience versus the hardcore experience when it comes to this game. I will say for the past couple of years, I've been taking a big step back from Pokemon Go. I used to play very hardcore with this game. Like, I would catch hundreds of Pokemon a day, and I would do dozens of raids per day. And the amount of money that I was spending was ridiculously high, just buying raid passes and incubators. And essentially, I was trying to maximize my entire Pokemon Go experience, whether it be to make content for this YouTube channel or just simply because I wanted to get the best of the best Pokemon. But yeah, I will say that for the past couple of years, essentially since they nerfed remote raids, I just really haven't felt motivated to play as hardcore as I used to. And nowadays, it's just me logging in every day. Maybe I'll do buddy adventure with my buddies, and maybe I'll walk a route, maybe catch a few Pokemon, spin a photo disc, and then I'm pretty much done. Like, I do not spend as much time as I used to in Pokemon Go. Granted, I will spend enough to at least know what's going on within the game. Obviously, that's kind of a necessity because I run a Pokemon Go YouTube channel, but at the same time, I do feel like with the game as it currently is, it's not necessarily that great for hardcore players. A lot of people who still play hardcore, they're still probably getting the most out of this game. I do see a lot of people that I used to play with still getting 100% IV legendaries, and they're getting the highest ranks in PvP and, you know, just getting a lot of really good rewards. And to that degree, I do sometimes feel a bit of FOMO, especially when it comes to meta-relevant Pokemon like Dialga's origin form. Like, seeing a lot of my friends get 100% IVs of that, and me having probably a 91% as my highest IVs. Yeah, it sometimes does create that sense of FOMO, especially because back in the day, all I really cared about were 100% IVs. That was basically the one thing that I wanted out of all of the legendaries and all of the shinies. But nowadays, it's not something that I really care about. I really feel like for all those years that I played hardcore, I did amass a good number of Pokemon that I really wanted, and because I already have a lot of those wishlist Pokemon, I just do not feel compelled to play as hardcore as I used to. When right now, as a casual player, I'm still playing enough to enjoy Pokemon Go without feeling this sense of like, this game is constantly draining me. Like, that was a big deal when I was playing hardcore. Like, the amount of raids that I was doing, the amount of Pokemon I was catching every day, like, I would give myself personal quotas for how many Pokemon I needed to catch, and it's really because I want to hit the catch cap at the end of the week. And you know, it requires you to play a ridiculous number of hours. It requires you to do a whole bunch of walking and photo disc spinning, like Pokestops. Like, you have to go to high population areas. So there were definitely times where I would spend an entire weekend just grinding it out in downtown Chicago. And I feel like that sort of gameplay was really fun. It was definitely rewarding. Obviously, I have a really good collection right now as a result of that sort of gameplay. But in the end of it, I just do not feel like it's kind of a sustainable model for playing this game. Like, if you're playing hardcore every single day for some arbitrary reason, all power to you. Like, if you have certain goals in mind, and in order to meet those goals, you have to play as hard as you possibly can, like, yeah, continue doing that if it's what makes this game fun for you. But for myself, I just feel like I've reached a point where I'm just casually enjoying this game. Like, anytime there's a new Pokemon coming out, I'm not in a huge rush to get it. I do not care if I get a 100% IV of that Pokemon, even if it's something that's meta relevant, even if it's something that's going to elevate my gameplay. Like, it's not something that interests me anymore. Like, yeah, sure, I could get the best of the best Pokemon and power them up and grind it out for all the Candy XL to get them maxed out and all that stuff, and you know, it's just something that I just feel like is not necessary, and I think a lot of players will agree with that. I mean, there's a lot of people on my YouTube channel in the comments that will say that playing the game casually is just as fun as probably playing it hardcore. And I'm sure a lot of the hardcore players are thinking, well, I can't imagine myself playing this game casually because of the amount of time and effort that I put in. And all of that is understandable. I think regardless of how you play Pokemon Go, as long as you are enjoying it, then that's pretty much all that matters, right? Like, if you feel like you're playing hardcore and you're not getting the best experience, then maybe you need to go a little bit more casually. Maybe just put down the game and try out another game for a little bit and come back to the game and be a little bit more casual. That's basically what I did. And, you know, maybe you're gonna find yourself enjoying the game a little bit more. I really do not know what the case may be, but if you were to have a discussion around whether or not the game is better enjoyed as a casual player or as a hardcore player, I will say that it really depends on where you are at. Because I will say that in the beginning, playing a lot more hardcore was definitely really rewarding. It was definitely a lot of fun. It produced a lot of things that I really do not have nowadays, like a community. I think raiding hardcore, like chain raiding with a group of players, that is an experience you really cannot get nowadays if you're playing casually, and it's not an experience you can get with any other game. It's kind of unique to Pokemon Go. So yeah, I will say there's pros and cons to playing casually, and there's pros and cons to playing hardcore. I think that's something that you really have to recognize. So yeah, maybe this is a bit of a non-video. Maybe I'm not really getting anywhere with this video. I just kind of wanted to just empty my thoughts regarding this, because as I was playing Pokemon Go earlier, I kind of realized just how much more casual I got playing this game. I used to play this game to a degree where I would schedule around Pokemon Go rather than scheduling Pokemon Go around my schedule. Like, if there were life events happening on a community day, then I would skip those life events for the sake of the community day. But I feel like it's the complete reversal right now. And yeah, there are definitely times where I feel FOMO, but it's not as much as it used to be. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this will encourage some players to go a little bit more casual. Maybe some players are feeling very burnt out. Maybe some players are feeling, I don't know, just sick and tired of the grind and they feel like they're not getting the most out of it. Then yeah, maybe going casual is the right move for some of you. But yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Sorry for just rambling for 10 minutes. I just kind of wanted to just empty my thoughts, like I said. But yeah, if you found this video to be interesting, if there's some things that you're thinking about as a result of this video, definitely share those thoughts in the comments down below. I would like to hear from you. If you're someone who plays hardcore and want to go a bit more casual, then definitely share your reasons why you think that. And if you're someone who's casual and you want to get a lot more out of Pokemon Go and you feel like you need to go more hardcore, definitely share that down below as well. And hopefully we can all have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you ended up enjoying it and found it to be insightful, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And also don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. Real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Content Slow channel, the absolute best way you could do that is always going to be by joining my Patreon. If you become a paid Patreon member, you get a permanent spot on my in-game Pokemon Go friends list, as long as there is room in my friends list. And that means for stuff like remote raids in the friendship system, if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon, because that's going to be your way of doing that. So yeah. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you can do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms that you see down below. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow, and you'll have some access to exclusive content, as well as you'll be able to catch up with my daily life. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.
진솔아와 함께해 Pokémon Go 다 같이 와